Hey everyone, how's it going today? Coach Alvarez here, back at you another episode of Coffee with Coach. Hope you're up doing well. Got the mind in the right place. If not, as always, let's put it in the right place. So today, I want to share with you guys something that I've been listening to over and over and over again for the last couple of weeks. I just haven't had a chance to share it, and I wanted to get it to you guys. So the last couple episodes I've done, I was talking about Joe DeSena, the owner of Spartan Race. And I've been listening to a lot of his podcasts or interviews or just stuff like that people have had him on. And one of the best things that I've ever heard and all the stuff that I've ever listened to is this, okay? So this guy's interviewing him and he's asking him about the Spartan prayer, okay? And I want to read this to you and then go into it a little bit and then how he came up with it, all right? So the Spartan prayer, all right, is I'm asking you, God, to give me what you have left. Give me those things that others never ask of you. I don't ask you for rest or tranquility. I don't ask you for wealth or success or even health. All those things are asked of you often. And if you don't have any left to give me what you have left. Those are the things that you have left. What others don't want, I want uncertainty and doubt, torment and battle. And please, God, keep it coming, but also give me the courage, the energy, and the spirit to face them, okay? He came up with this prayer because he was reading about a French paratrooper in World War II in 1942, that they found in the battlefield, and this paratrooper had this prayer on him in his pocket. And in this prayer, he's asking God, like, everyone around me is asking you for the good stuff. And he says, God, give me the worst stuff you have. Just promise me you will keep it coming. And he's like, man, that was just a really powerful thing. Like, just imagine what's going around this guy, and he's knowing that he's gonna die. And so he writes this, letter or this prayer to God that, hey, everyone's asking you for, safety or whatever to get him out of there. And he's asking for the worst thing possible, and to keep it coming. Okay. And so Joe DeSena he used that to come up with this Spartan prayer. And what he went to was basically like, look, life is tough. Life is just going to give you a lot of very hard things, a lot of crappy things. And he goes into like, your friends are going to die, family members are going to die, things aren't going to go the way you want them to. Things are just going to just not be good sometimes. And so you have to be able to mentally prepare yourself for those things. And when you're asking for the bad stuff, when you're asking for the things that are left over after everyone has gotten all the good stuff, then you can mentally and physically handle anything because you're preparing yourself for that. And I use this in jiu-jitsu all the time, as far as like telling my students to go towards the harder training partners, to go towards the things that make them uncomfortable, to get them out of their comfort zone, to try new things. Because like I've already talked about in these other podcasts, is that, us as humans, we're programmed to run away from the things that are going to harm us, that are going to hurt us. Anything where we feel pain, our natural instinct is to run away from those things versus going towards them. And this prayer is the complete opposite. Like, I want you to give me, he's asking God in this prayer, I don't want health or success or wealth, I want those things that other people don't want. I want those hard things. I want those, he's asking God to give him uncertainty, doubt, torment, and battle, like these torture of these things, like to be able to, but also to give him the courage and the energy and the spirit to face him. So, man, that's just life. That's jiu-jitsu. That's jiu-jitsu on the mats. I'm always in a constant battle of badly, my students. Not all, but there's a small few where I'm always trying to get them to go, because they're always running, basically, in a sense, like away from the thing that they're not comfortable with, or the thing that they're not good at, or whatever. And so the more that I read stuff like this and I listen to stuff like this, it does become easier. Like things that suck, I'm able to handle them better, because I'm like, well, they're here for a reason, because he was talking about in this podcast that people are saying, why me? Why is this happening to me? Or, you hear those kind of things. Like, I don't hurt anyone. I don't do anything to anyone. And I'm getting these really crappy cards dealt to me. And I got a really crappy hand, or whatever the situation may be. Why me? And the other way, you got to look at it is, why not you? Like, why not you to be able to face those things and handle those things and use those things in a good way to work your way through whatever it is that you need to work through. So when I hear things like this, it just helps, because whatever I'm going through and whatever I'm dealing with, I'm like, because like right now, I'm already, for those that have been following me or been paying attention, I am now 4 weeks into my injury to where I haven't trained. And again, that has not happened to where I haven't been able to run or train jiu-jitsu in probably like well over 10 years, probably close to 15 years since I've had anything like this that's able to keep me off the mat. And I'll tell you, the other injuries that I've had before, I dealt with them pretty bad. Like I didn't handle them all that well, because I didn't have stuff like this at my disposal. I just didn't know they were out there, or, at that time, 10, 15, 12, 15 years ago, YouTube, Instagram, the things that are out there now, this book this book that I have, the 10 Rules for Resilience, by Joe DeSena. And then you got all the Jocko stuff that I have around on my desk. Jocko's always talking about when bad things happen to you, like that's good. Those are good things. So those kind of things like that just keep things in perspective for me, and they're able to, like, I don't want to go through it. Like personally, I want to get back to, like, I want to train. I want to get back to running. I like running outside. I enjoy that. I obviously enjoy and have a deep passion for jiu-jitsu, but as of right now, I'm not able to actually do that. I'm able to teach certain things I can't do, so I got to have my students, do the technique for me as I explain it to everyone. But to be able to not be able to train for over a month now, it sucks. But these things help. Like, it's for a reason. Whatever reason that is, my knee was injured and I'm off the mat for a month, and it's happening for a reason. I don't know what that reason is, but I'm able to handle it a lot better than I would, 10, 15 years ago when I've had other injuries, because I had a surgery on my left knee 2006, I think, something like that. And yeah, that sucked going through that. I had a separated shoulder injury at one point, and I was off the mat for a little while with that one. That was a very painful injury. And so didn't handle that one too well either, as far as like mentally and all that other stuff, but the Spartan prayer, asking God for all the crappy stuff that he has left instead of all the good stuff, puts things in perspective. This paratrooper in 1942, on the battlefield, probably knowing he's going to die, writes this letter to God, when everyone is around me asking you for the good stuff, give me the worst stuff you have, and then just promise to keep it coming. When I think about that, and I put myself in this person's shoes, I take this knee injury all day than what he was going through and what he dealt with and the atmosphere that he was in as he's writing this letter to God to give him the worst thing possible. And then also, there's other people around me that have that are going through way worse of injuries that they're dealing with, and they're in good spirits. They're battling through, and they're doing good. So yeah, I come across quite a few jiu-jitsu guys that I follow, and their injuries. One of them I saw on Instagram the other day, and the guy was out for like 6 months, and he did this video, kind of explaining the kind of things that he's going through and the stuff he was dealing with mentally and stuff like that. But he's healed up now, and he's good. He's back to training. He's back to competing. But it was 6 months of like crappiness, of dealing with surgery and treatments and all this other stuff that he had to go through. But it passed, and it's over with. So just like that, I know this will pass with my knee. I don't know when, but anyways, it's really good stuff to put constant reminders like this around you. Like, don't always ask for the good stuff, health, wealth, peace, tranquility. Ask for some chaos, some things that are going to make you a stronger, tougher person mentally, physically, to just make you a better person, to give you more stories to tell, and to help more people around you whenever that time comes. And when they need help, you'll be able to help them. And you can't help anyone if you weren't able to help yourself. And so these things here are just very, very powerful stuff. So take that with you. I was trying to find this prayer somewhere, but I couldn't. So what I had to do is I had to listen to this podcast, and I basically just wrote it down and had to pause and play until I got it all down. So for those that are just hopping on, I'll read it one more time, and then I got to get up out of here. So, Spartan prayer. I'm asking you, God, to give me what you have left. Give me those things that others never ask of you. I don't ask you for rest or tranquility. I don't ask you for wealth or success or even health. All those things are asked of you often. And if you don't have any left to give me what you have left. What others don't want, I want uncertainty, doubt, torment, and battle. And please keep it coming, but also give me the courage, energy, and the spirit to face them. Okay, so whatever you guys are going through, go through it in a good manner, in a good way. Stay mentally tough, put yourself around some good people, read some good things like this, and see it through. All right, guys, gotta go. See you guys on the next one. Have a good day.